right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Paul, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Sunday night edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We are here, as always, taking your calls until 11 o'clock, and also your tweets at KD Pomp, at Tim Benz PGH. We'll get into the conversations in a second. I want to remind you, though, you can call us on the Bordas and Bordas hotline. Do that, air your opinions. We begin with the Pirates, who get swept again by the Dodgers. This time, 11-7, they allow a whole bunch of runs. There doesn't seem to be an answer for what they should do with their sorely beset pitching staff, which continues to add names to it each and every day. Tim Benz of Trib Live and Steelers Native Radio Network is here. And so, Tim, I don't know what in the world's going on here. I'm going to start with you with bothered me today was the sixth inning was a 4-3 game. Still the Pirates within one. And they have Dodgers, you know, their big, beefy left-hand hitters are coming up, and we see Montana DiRappo. I'm not really interested in Montana DiRappo at that point because Francisco Liriano was available. At least I thought. He would have at least given them a better shot than what we saw from DiRappo, and then Neverauskas, and then the game was over.
And hasn't pitched, since the 23rd either.
Yeah,
and I know that they are doing whatever they can to make sure that they don't overpitch him and stretch him out, and he doesn't want to start, and they feel more comfortable with him being a one-inning guy than a multi-inning guy. But in that situation, use him there. And what are they going to do? Use him twice tomorrow? So if they're saving him for tomorrow, they're saving him for one of two games tomorrow, not using him today. So you're using him once out of 3 games, even though it's over 2 days. And I think that's being short-sighted. I
do too, because now you're right. You took what could have been a 2-for-1 into a 1-for, and it could be none. If they get blown out, they may not use him at all.
And can I get that inning after Frazier hit the homer? Mm-hmm. Remember the at-bat after that from Polanco?
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was awful.
Terrible.
For as much as we've been talking about the pitching and how they're manipulating the staff or failing to manipulate the staff properly, that got buried in all the analysis. That is one of the worst at-bats I've seen a Pirate have in years. As they need, if they could have gotten another solo homer there back-to-back, now they're back in its tie game, maybe they're thinking differently. But Bob, he goes and drops the bat with his top hand on the first swing. Second swing, can't hold up on a check. Third swing, chases something way out of the zone with a flailing, looping swing. It was awful. It's one of the worst at-bats I've seen.
Well, it was almost like what I saw last night from Starling Marte against Hyun-Jung Ryu. I mean, if you remember that, he swung at a pitch that was like 3 feet outside because he was completely confused by Ryu, who, by the way, is an outstanding pitcher. And we saw that last night. He got out of a lot of jams. He didn't have necessarily his best stuff, but, boy, that guy can bring it. Someone once called him a Greg Maddux of the left side. I don't know if you believe he's like that, but he's good enough to do that and spot his pitches, even though you know it's not going over 91 miles an hour. And on top of that, Joe Musgrove hangs one for him.
Right.
So an 0-59 hitter hits one almost out of the park.
Yeah, so they got 2 of their stud pitchers hurt, and then the other 2 just aren't performing. Archer's, 1-5 now with a 5.75, and Joe Musgrove, who had that really bad stretch where they lost 4 starts of his in a row, where I believe he allowed 19 runs in 17 innings or something to that effect, and then gives up 6 more yesterday. It's kind of funny, Pomp, during the Saturday pre-game media session with Clint Hurdle, he's sitting there with his chart. He's got his chart, all the pitchers are charted out, and it's color-coded, and there's notes and X's and cross-outs all over it. It looks like, you know, it was done by a 3rd grader trying to figure out trigonometry or something, that's trying to get this entire staff put together. And the one thing he said was, well, we got Lyles on Tuesday. Think about that. That's what it's come down to. The rock, the point of confidence is Jordan Lyles. Well, we got Lyles on Tuesday.
But then they followed up with Brault on Wednesday.
You got Brault on Wednesday.
When you talked to him yesterday, there was no idea about Monday. Well, we now know Monday. So Monday you're going to see Nick Kingham in Game 1. You're also going to see Mitch Keller. Finally, he's going to make his debut. He'll be here for the nightcap. It's a day-night doubleheader against a very hot-hitting team. Tim, real quick before we go to break, and I'd like to give all you guys an opportunity to sound off on this. Would you have put Keller first or second in terms of what game?
My instinct is to say put him first because you just want to have him get out there. I know one of Hurdle's favorite phrases is overcooking it, and maybe he does that if he sits around for a full 9-inning game before he gets out on the mound. But I can see the other end of it, too. A real live look, a close look at where the batters are standing, where they're aligning themselves next to the plate, what they're chasing. Any little nuance in person might help him out in the second game. So the more I think about it, the less problem I have with it.
Yeah, plus Castillo's going in the first game. He's pretty good, and Kingham's going to have his hands full. The Reds, as I said, beat the Cubs today 10-2, so they're hitting the ball very well, and they got their best pitcher going in game one. All right, we're going to take your calls when we come back. 412-575-2600. Again, tweet us at KD Pomp, at Tim Benz, PGH. We'll also get into some other topics as well. The Phil Kessel trade is still hot. Joey Porter sounding off against Ben Roethlisberger. We'll do all of that and more with you right here live. It is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, Pittsburgh CW. Back right after this. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, putting new roofs on Pittsburgh homes for over 25 years. Call Ireland Contracting at 1-800-NEW-ROOF.